Fib.NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ on the 6.
All right, I think I need to fix the mic here just a moment. How about now? Test 1, test 2. Oh, it looks like it's a little high. Let's see.
Fib.NQ on the 6.
All right, it is Full Auto Friday. Let's get to it. Don't forget, trading is risky and all that business. Let's get to the business. So on Full Auto Friday, we want to kind of, I like to rely on the Full Auto bots to kind of do my work, because I want to be in and out and be about the business. Maybe go do something fun over the weekend, hang out with the family, and also kind of reduce the risk stress of being in the markets for a lengthier period of time, or just getting into bad places on a Friday. You've done your work for the week. You've done what you needed to do. Hopefully Friday isn't your day that you're having to need to come back from something the day before. A lot of reasons why on a Friday I might want to kind of be early in, early out. We don't have to try to come in and hit home runs on a Friday. If we hit home runs, well, how about we do them right off the bat, right? Let's go and swing for the fence, and then if we hit it, get it, go, great. If not, but let's try to end the week in the green. It's not fun going into the weekend in red. Things that I would recommend right now, particularly if you are new or you've been around the markets for a period of time, we kind of did a thing yesterday. You'll want to watch yesterday's live stream. Renamed it, and we kind of put a different thumbnail on it. It was entitled "Dear Struggling Trader." ... And we just addressed a lot of things. I have a feeling that if you watched that live stream, you're going to get something out of it. It was pretty much the entire time walking through areas that you might be getting hung up, trying to remind yourself, if you are a struggling trader, don't name yourself that, first of all. And I know we used it multiple times in there. You need to become a confident trader. We really wanted to focus on how to become the confident trader using our system, coming in, approaching the markets like a video game, and simplifying that process. Don't overthink it. Kind of trying to put it all together, because while we have condensed the longer, larger video content into 8 videos, compacted it into those 8 videos. Sometimes people think, oh, cool, I can watch those 8 videos and just watch it one time and I'm ready. I think you should probably go through that several times. I saw someone in the comments say things where just reminding us that you're not going to pick up on something, especially that's important, maybe the very first time. You're going to need to go through it a few times. So maybe repeat that 8-day boot camp. And then watch more of our live streams. Watching me do what we've been talking through, walking through the various play setups. Now, I also mentioned that the way that I play, I am playing as a large account trader, and large relative to new people who have come into the markets. When you're starting out, you're not going to be starting out with a large account oftentimes. You're going to need to adjust what you're doing. Sorry, I'm going to things already here. Let me turn on full auto. We'll come back to that here in just a minute. It is 8:56. I like to get these on as soon as possible as I come to the desk here. And I kind of paused to this so that I could turn these on with you guys here. So let's see. If I hit Control 4, this should follow along with my mouse. There we go. All right, so I'm going to go through the top left hand corner of my screen. I've got a 4K monitor up here, and I'm going to enable the full auto bots here for me on the Enigma. So the one that I am going to be running here this morning is going to be the Enigma. I'm not going to be running Super AO, but remember, with the Platinum edition for Platinum members, they have the option to run the powerful Super AO full auto or the Enigma for the actual trigger firing of the entry. And the Platinum members also have additional filters. You can have it where we're only taking trades in the direction of the MAC VU, for instance. You could have only, like, don't take just an Enigma, take a supermoon, which would require a ready DD nearby within 10 to 15 bars of the trigger. You can invert logic. Invert logic is when you are inside the fiddle zone. You may want to use that to go, okay, I'm inside the fiddle zone. We've been in this area for a while. I want to invert the logic. Basically, if I get a long, I want to go short. If I get a short, I want to go long. Because oftentimes in that area of the fiddle zone, especially when it's flat, you may want that. So people ask, like, what do you want the invert logic for? There are certain circumstances where you might want that. Fiddle zone, big one right there. Speaking of fiddle zone, you can literally have the fiddle zone filter turned on where it will not take the supermoon or the Enigma inside of the fiddle zone. So you can have it to only take the trades outside the fiddle zone as well. And if you have been through our training, you'll kind of know some of the importance of those things. The way that I am running this is side to side. I do not have an ATM selected. So you'll notice when it's looking for the ATM strategy is blank. I am running no ATM, going what I call side to side. I am going from Enigma to Enigma. I am entering in on a green, exiting on a red. On the red, it will go short, and then I am exiting on the green. So I kind of call that side to side, going Enigma to Enigma on those plays. Okay. And quantity is 1, so it's going to be doing 1 contract at a time. For me, in the mornings on a Friday, I'm happy to let the system run to about 1,000 or 2,000 on the day, and yeah, then I'll end up running up here, and I will hit that flatten all button when I see the P&L hit around that 1,000 to 2,000. That's just how I use it. There are a lot of ways to use this stuff. Remember that I'm not telling you what to do. I am always just showing you what I'm doing. And if you want to get ideas from what I'm doing, and if you decide to do, you know, what I do, great. If you want to make adjustments to it, you can definitely do that. However, I do remind people that, you know, look, if you're struggling doing what you're doing, then maybe get back to the basics, doing what I'm doing. There are, I've got a lot of experience with the system, obviously. Let's see, hit Control 4 again. There we go. And you may or may not want to, you know, do what I'm doing or enhance what I'm doing. And I am babbling here, looking over at the clock. It is 9 o'clock. We just had a great 10.5 up here on the optimized range, although this was from prior weeks. I didn't say this from before. We are on the 28 range this week, so I'm going to hit 28R. Final day of the week here. With some of the things that we did yesterday, do not miss yesterday's live stream. You are going to want to get into that this weekend if you were unable to attend yesterday. We addressed a lot of things, getting back to basics. If you are struggling or you want to become more confident, I gave a lot of details on tips and tricks and things that you may have missed, or that maybe were not reiterated to you enough or not emphasized to you enough. Because while I said to go through that 8-day boot camp multiple times, sometimes you also might need an assessment of, hey, what are you currently doing and how can we help you? I also walked you through some ways how I can help you, starting with things like your desk area, making sure that you have a good screenshotting utility, making sure that you have the capacity to record your trades, and not in the, look, a lot of people are going to tell you you just need a great trade journal. I don't believe in that nonsense. I think it's a waste of time. However, we are in the age of technology where you can actually record yourself doing it. These old school books that have said, handwrite your stuff, it's because they didn't have the capacity to record in a high quality way. We have OBS. OBS is free, and you literally just press the record button. It has a buffer feature, so you can also just have it running all the time and not recording. Like, you're like, well, I'm going to be trading for, if you're going to trade for multiple hours at a time, I don't want a big long recording. Well, great. That's what the buffer feature is for. You can just take a trade. When you're done with the trade, just press save. That's it. And it will have recorded the last X number of minutes. I would suggest setting that to like either 2 or 5 minutes at a time. And so you can, save your trades along the way and go back and play them back. Because the trade journal, writing them down, there is something that will lock things into your brain when you write things down. But I just don't think that's an effective use of your time. I know for a fact, actually, that it's extremely helpful to have those recordings. I'll give an example. If just trade journaling, or if just journaling in general, writing things down after you have been in a performance-based game, which is basically what we're playing, or a career like basketball players, football players, hockey, any of that, the coaches are going to go through the tape. You're not going to go and tell a hockey player, hey, I took some notes the other night while you were doing that thing. Remember when that guy did that thing, and then you turned around and you did that other thing, and then, you didn't pass the ball, you got trapped in the corner, or whatever. You can't describe it. What you want to do is just show them the tape, right? I feel like you need to do the same thing. Okay, 9:04. Looks like we got some news that might have just released. Turn on Financial Juice here and see what's happening.
Enigma short on the NQ4, divergence down NQ on the 9. Fib.NQ on the 6.
So we got full auto turned on across 6 instruments there. Also want to mention that I'm running on the Nerd plus 2. We've got NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow plus gold and crude oil. And it's kind of a method of diversifying across instruments. And let's see here. Looks like, okay, here's the red headline. Saudi Arabia cuts oil output by 2 million barrels per day. Okay, so looks like it's a oil-related item.
Saudi Arabia cuts oil output by at least 2 million BPD to around 8 MLN BPD. Sources.
Okay, we've got a red Enigma right here, and it's a power moonshot. I'm going to go ahead and take a shot at this here. This is it's 9:05. And we'd like to see one of those dots break. We are currently red on the nerd as well. So ideally, want to be in right about here. Zeus, red dot, add to position. Okay, so now I am in a full position. So remember on an Enigma, to zoom in here one more level here. So my stop on this is going to be right about there. Where that will be invalidated.
Fib.NQ on the 6.
So if you are new with us, that's a super AO right there. I had somebody actually ask yesterday, what's a super AO? And sometimes I forget that. Well, actually, I shouldn't forget. If you guys go through the training program, now that is called a Super Alpha Omega. So I guess maybe the short name when we are referring to it in the boot camp, though, I'm pretty sure we refer to it as both, and we really try to reiterate that that is a Super Alpha Omega, but you'll hear me refer to it as the Super AO. And that is a combination of the power cross and a ready DD lining up in the same location. And that has launched it up a decent amount here. Let's see, that has moved up about 135 ticks there off of that Super AO so far. There's a Super Power AO over there with a pink cross there. There's another Enigma here. I'm going to add to my position here.
Fib.NQ on the 6.
Hmm.
Fib.NQ on the 28.
I'm going to take half at the target here. We're at 55 ticks or so. Let's see if it's got a little bit more in it here. See a cipher down there for the target. OS, hold to the opposing signal. All right, there we go. All right, a little $4,000 play there right off the bat, early in, early out on a Friday. It is double Enigma time. Okay, I'll see you guys on Monday. I'm out.
And India.
But that's it. Early in, early out on a Friday. We're there. We did have the power headshot on the higher time frame as well. Now, I really talked through and reiterated and reinforced the power and I would say kind of the requirement to just wait for a higher time frame opportunity for the best plays. And while you can get sometimes lost down here on the lower time frame, remember this starts from reading from top left to bottom right. And if we go to order of operations here, the standard layout, we also actually flipped to the standard layout yesterday, and I ran the end of the day on RTY through that standard 5 chart layout. And I talk about it all the time that if you are having troubles, when in doubt, kind of get back to the basics. And there's a reason for that layout. That layout is extremely powerful. Let's see. There we go. Try RTY. Yeah. NQ is it's a wild beast. NQ is not for new. If you are new, don't trade NQ. And I know like you can preach that all day, but people still, you know, they want to get in on that wild child stuff. Well, if you are going to do that, then you definitely need to be waiting for the high time frame opportunity. And in this case, let's pull back one level here. So, you know, maybe just wait until there is a play on the MACV chart. Make sure that you've got something there before you take one over here. If you don't have the risk tolerance for it, or you don't have the account size for it, or if you are using a trader funding program where you need to have tighter rules, then let's, you know, wait for the higher time frame opportunity. And then remember, you do not have to grab the entire meat of the move. Well, I mean, you want to grab the meat of the move, but you don't have to grab the entire move, right? You don't need to grab the edges. We can, you know, think about that bell curve area. Like, how about we just, you know, we can grab the meat of the move from here to here. And okay, so I didn't get all the edge over here. I didn't get all the edge over here. I need it to be large enough for me to be able to grab that meat in the middle, right? Okay, it is 9:12. We still have a little bit before the U.S. Open here.
Harmonic NQ on the 6.
We've got the bots running on full auto up there, and then I am running discretionary down here on the lower charts. So the only reason I have this laid out like this, I would not call this the ideal. This just is ideal for the live stream, right? While I'm in a live stream, so that I can easily take OBS and kind of bring you guys down here to be able to see, like, zoom into this chart right here and see a little bit more on the lower time frames, stuff like that. I would have things in that 5 chart layout, especially if you are learning along with us. So don't be like, well, hold on, I want to use the layout that you're using on your live stream. Well, I mean, it's okay, but I still think, especially when you are learning, you really should stick to the 5 chart layout or the flag layout, that 3 chart layout. Simplified, if you're running on a laptop or a lower end machine, then, you know, run that 3 chart layout plus the MACV Ultimate. If you were to just, I kind of showed yesterday, just wait around for the nerd plus the arrow, 2-step filter. Make sure you've got the nerd with you, and then wait for that arrow to show up and then take plays. It's a perfect simplified filter. Yes, thank you for that reminder. Let's make sure we got real-time protection turned off. I did turn that off there this morning. Make sure you've got that off, just like any other video game. You want your PC running with no interference from any real-time scanning of antivirus. You know, disable other applications that you may not need, things like that as well. That is, I mean, this is another spot for a short right here. So this is a DCR short. Could be my trade number 2 here. Let's see, it is 9:14. What I don't have is the red arrow. So I'm looking over here to the right. So I've got the nerd red. Yes, check. So now I want to check right here. Do I have the red arrow? I don't, and I'm inside the fiddle zone, so it might have an extra little push to it. So this is one of those where we can just take it easy. Let's wait until we get the nerd and the arrow, and something on the higher time frame. Now, in the higher time frame, what do we have? What is that? Right there. What do we have? We have a bull touch there, yes? So we do talk about this quite often, that as long as we can have 2 things, as long as we are touching the bowl on the 9s or outside the fiddle zone, that can be really good places for bigger trades where we got T1 and T2 type of scenario. Even better if I actually get a play off of it, like we get a dot, or we get an R2FA event in there. harmonic PRZ would be great as well. Zatoro, did I miss your question popping up there? If you're new, don't trade in Q. That's right. Maybe try with RTY.
Russia's foreign ministry summons UK and French ambassadors. They protest over the use of French-British missile in Bryansk.
Okay, it is 9:16, so about 14 minutes to the US Open. Good morning, Paul. You got your hotkeys set. Excellent. Let's go through that checklist. We are about 15 minutes out from the US Open here. So pop into our Discord area there and type !checklist.
So the foreign minister says Moscow regards shelling of Bryansk as deliberate provocation aimed at derailing peace process.
Okay, so top of the checklist. We'll get through our basic stuff first. Our ISP, broker data feed connections. Check, we're good. Hardware and software. Yep, we got all of our lights going on. Got, let's check to make sure that the hotkeys software is running, because sometimes you want to make sure that's going. Yep, IQ is turned on, so I've got my hotkeys ready to go. We talked a lot about that too yesterday. I'm not going to rehash that right now, but don't miss yesterday's video. Y'all are going to want to go through yesterday's live stream where I really went into depth on a lot of this. The day of the week, we are Friday, so early in, early out on our checklist here. Time of day, we are in early. We're still about 15 minutes from the US Open. As we came in this morning up to our desk here, we were in about a half hour pre-market, and we got our bots turned on. Let's see, for the news. Yep, we got Financial Juice turned on there, and we did have a quick news event there. A kind of an important event popped up, moved the market pretty swiftly there at 9:04. Unscheduled news, that one just popped up. It was something that came across the news feed wires there, and that was Saudi Arabia cuts oil output at least 2 million barrels per day.
Enigma short on the GC.
FOMC, NFP. No FOMC. Non-farm payrolls. We had Red Star news there at 8:30 this morning. Before I even got to the desk there, there was a lot of news there at 8:30 this morning. There's that block of news, and including Red Star. As far as the rest of the morning here, I do not even see 10 a.m. scheduled news. So normally we have that 10 a.m. Something popping there at 10. We do not. Holidays. Let's see. Do we have any holidays coming up? No. Earnings. I'm not really interested or concerned with earnings on a Friday. Gears. We are on the sixes here because the market has been pretty wild lately. Now, normally I would be down on a lower time frame. The lower the time frame, the lower the risk value for the entries when you are closing out positions. We showed that yesterday. Going back to RTY, it's too wild to run the 2s or 3s on NQ. But I was literally running the 2s on RTY yesterday, and we literally ran up $1,300. It didn't seem like much because in relative to us hitting, the big plays on NQ. But remember, hitting those bigger plays, also higher reward requires higher risk. So we reduce our risk going down lower. And if you have to have reduced risk, you kind of need to reduce your targets as well. We went through a lot of that, and you actually saw that demonstrated yesterday. Took the time to do that. So, okay, king timing now. Let's see if we get a pivot. So we got a little clustering right here. We're popping up, and we have the P point right here as well on high time frame. Let's see. We'll watch this area, see if we get something coming in on that king timing. finish out our checklist here. Contract dates. Yes, we do need to think about that. Contract rollover is, oh, is that next week? I think we actually have to roll over today. Come Monday, we will be on the 06 contract. That is something significant of note. Let's look at the contract rollover date. So I go to my highest time frame, and I can see the dates coming up here. That is the 16th. So 3 days from now. Yes. So we will be rolling over this weekend. So next rollover date there, we're going to go to the 06 contract. So we'll talk about that on Monday and Sunday evening. Sunday evening, I will make a big announcement in the Discord there to make sure that you are rolled over. Contract needs to be rolled over to the 06 contract on Sunday night before Monday morning. And let's see, let's get the chat on here. It's one of the items on our list. I'm trading one Apex PA RTY today to see how I like it. The rest are in queue. The copy trader converting to micros. Nice. Very cool, Andrew. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else got a configuration where you're set up? Who's trading RTY today? Anybody got RTY ready to go? Augustin, hi Vinny, good morning. What is the E power button in Enigma Dream Pen for? Oh, good question. So Enigma power, that is this power number right there. So 14.2 versus a 1. You know what's really interesting? It's oftentimes, and this is just experience, I have noticed that, like, sometimes, well, I originally created that because I thought, oh, you know, I want to take the most powerful ones. Well, I would think that, okay, a 14 I would think would be more powerful than a 1, but which one looks more powerful right here? I will say the reason I don't use that power filter number is, I mean, look at that. That 1 launched this down. Yes. Now, mind you, maybe it's because it's a combination. Maybe it was a 14 plus a 1. You know, you kind of, this is a little bit of a weird situation there. It's nice that they kind of landed next to each other because it was easy to compare. But let's look back to see. So that Enigma, right? That's a level 20. Well, technically speaking, that one barely hit its target and then got pulled back. And then, yeah, I mean, it launched afterwards. But if you found, for instance, if you found that there was a correlation to, like, you wanted to take only things that were over an E power value of like 10, something like that, right? So yeah, so like basically it allows you to go, I only want to take enigmas that are greater than 5, or it has to be at least 5 kind of thing. So unfortunately though, if I had done something like that, well, that awesome number 1, you know what I mean, like, wouldn't have taken. Does that make sense? But we have the option is there. Just because you have options doesn't mean they're all good. You know, I won't say they're all good, but depending on the situation, the circumstance, that, you know, you may find a correlation. Maybe it's a combination of, if you are inside the fiddle zone and an E power value greater than 5. But that was the idea. E power is Enigma power. So the power number on the Enigma is what that is. Does that make sense? Using the Enigma panel with a supervision, it's great. Oh, awesome. That's awesome, Augusta. You know, when it's another way to really simplify your trading. Look at this beautiful, you know, 9.4 back here, right? This is a big rundown here. That 9.4 called that move. That's 279 ticks off of that Enigma 9.4. So maybe you're like, I want to set my power value to 9. Like, I only want to take 9s for whatever reason, right? You can do that. So it's an E power filter to be able to do that. And I still will always say, I still think that the best way to trade with algorithms is the best of human and machine. You know, cyborg trading, where you kind of doing what you're doing, where you're like, hey, you know what? Maybe use the cadence. Wait until cadence is in your favor. and then you know, hit it and get it kind of thing. Still have 5 minutes of the US Open. Let's see. Great question. Thanks for dropping that one in there. Let's look at the next item on our checklist here. Wave ranges. Okay, I did check that earlier. I've got the wave to the 28 for this week, and that is the optimized range for the wave ranges. Got that. ATMs are my ATM set. I'm discretionary here this morning, so and I'm trading in queue, the wild child. So I've got a no ATM on. However, I showed you guys yesterday, went back to the basics, and we had the ATMs on, right? I used a big ATM yesterday. Please do not miss yesterday's live stream. Like, share yesterday's live stream with somebody. Okay. I also told people like my job yesterday was to kind of get under your skin a little bit. I hope, you know, some of you would have walked away a little ticked off yesterday, and that's good. That that unnerving feeling, that grinding, that friction is healthy for you. Like, there's a lot of, you know, quite frankly, these YouTubers that are just blowing you fluff all the time. Just be careful of that. Just because you're being told what you want to hear, if you want to change and you want to be better at something, I mean, talk to the people who go to the gym. You go to the gym, you tear down your muscles, you get broken, you break them down, you become sore so that you can soar. You know what I'm saying? MacV Ultimate. Got the MacV Ultimate on. We're rocking and rolling. Got it, get its spot there. Speedometer. Check our current speed. Currently too slow. No surprise. We're coming up to the open here, but speedometer is on. I've got it set to text right now. I could turn on the background and the overlay. So this kind of tells me, hey, I don't need to be taking any trades here this morning right now because the speed is not ideal. So I got that psychology bot that can just tell me, hey, I'll only take plays when this is open, when I don't have a big red background, I don't have a big X over the screen.
Credit Suisse, 81 losses. Trump,
just a couple more here on the list.
Leader is alive but damaged.
P&L cadence. Yeah, I should take that into account. Y'all, I have been knocking massive home runs recently. The volatility has been super high. You know, I need to be extra cautious here on a Friday. I want to be early in, early out. I want to walk away, go into the weekend in positive territory. I don't like to go into the weekends on red days. So if I get up on the day in the morning, you know, it's okay to walk away. Next one, distractions.
Fox News,
Do I have any distractions? Do I have any scenarios with my kids going on? Or I got, you know, arguments with a spouse or significant other? My hands? No, everything's good there. NinjaTrader 8 sounds. Okay, I think I checked my sound there this morning. Yep, at about 70% here. You guys let me know if that ratio of music to voice is good. Hopefully everything's good there. And music check. Okay, let's go. We are 1 minute to the US Open. And got everything kind of dialed in. Bots are at, they're at break even. They're up about $100 here right now. So yeah, let's go. Market opening here in about 40 seconds. Yes, it was an iron. Yeah, that's right. Iron sharpens iron. It was an iron sharpens iron kind of day yesterday. It was, you're going to feel some friction and some heat yesterday, I do believe. Okay, here we go. 20 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and turn the psychology bot off there. I do want to kind of open this up here as we come into the open. Now, I generally want to sit on hands for the first 5 minutes. Unless I just get absolutely perfect play that I just can't stop myself. But my standard operating procedure here, I'm telling myself I kind of want to relax here the first 5 minutes. I do not need to be a superhero right off the bat.
351 million. Nasdaq 100 sell side 17.5 million. Dow 30 buy side 49 million. And Mag 7 buy sell side 11.6 million.
Had that nice pretty red dot over there after divergence. You know, could have taken that, but you know, it's very fast. There, you would have had to been pretty quick on that to grab that. And again, that first 5 minutes of the U.S. Open is a nice spot where standard operating procedure here. I just want to generally kind of want to wait on it. Wait on it a minute. See how things shake out there. There will be plenty of trades. Okay, nice little cluster here. Looks like we can do a potential cluster short, but look at the buy side. We are strong buy right now on the nerd filter. Good morning, Raphael. Thanks for saying hello. Maduro is in jail. Cuba's gone. Venezuela, pro-America. Is that something that came across the news wires as well there?
Fib.NQ on the 6.
I've heard the like button is very lucky, so make sure you hit that lucky like button.
Fib.NQ on the 6.
Trust me, it'll help your trading. You do something for others, you do for yourself.
On the 6. Divergence up NQ on the 9.
Meta shares fall 3.2% at the open, most intraday since March 6th.
Fib.NQ on the 6. Enigma short on the RTY2. Fib.NQ on the 6.
Okay, that is a switch dot there. Currently still strong buy. Arrows currently green. So we have green and green right now.
Down NQ on the 9. Enigma short on the GC2.
Here's a divergence. Another divergence at the top of the bowl.
Fib.NQ on the 6.
So just 2 minutes past the open here. Give me to flip my coin here. Currently 1. Now you could debate that. You could say it was 2. I had 2 Enigmas there back to back that I took there this morning. So these are the plays. I know a lot of people are just showing up here to the live stream there. These were the 2 that I took there this morning, and already up 4K on the morning. So I mean, technically speaking, I could be done for the day here.
Fib.NQ on the 6.
But the extreme pressure, I was just talking with JJ about that yesterday. The pressure of the stream is extreme.
Short on the NQ4.
Okay, that is a power PRZ cross there, here in buyers all the way through it. If we get a double cross, double move out of that, I'm going to press F8 and get a measurement from that dot. It's very clear. Look for that GLR up top. We got a delta shift right there. I'm going to grab that short here. I'd like it to pop up a little bit more here for me. On the delta shift. Okay, 88 ticks on that one. I'll go ahead and close it. Wish it would have gotten a little bit bigger. I was hoping it'd go all the way up to here, but that 5.8 delta shift was just too juicy. We got the DCR plus that one. I mean, I had easy set of areas to grab that on. Wow, that dropped out very quickly. 164 ticks to the downside.
Fib.NQ on the 6.
Okay, here's a pink dot to grab that continuation. There's a red dot over on the right as well, so we do have a high time frame opportunity here. Low time frame risk, stop would be over the pink dot there, and looks like it's going to give another bag there. Enigma showing up. Let's see if we're going to get a bounce off of that. We have a cadence of 0 right now, so we've been multiple winners across the boards here on Enigma. If you are a long side player here, that might be something interesting, but we are currently neutral and we have red arrow, so be careful on that one. Also hearing audio box to the sell side. I could use the back of that Enigma for a target if I get an entry. However, we just shifted green here on the
Fib.NQ on the 9.
on the nerd. See if we get an arrow.
Double delta NQ on the 28.
Okay, they're pushing through there. Technically, that one did hit its target, so I can't really put that as a cadence of even one yet. That technically went up and hit its 35. It hit a 35 tick target, so it hit T1.
Double delta NQ on
Okay, here's a divergence and a delta shift. See if that's enough to bounce it. Getting some strong sell-off here. Hearing audio box just beaten down. The bots are up 1,600. I'm going to flatten all on the bots. All right, grabbing 1,600 on the bots. I just reached up here and hit flatten all.
Gains over 4%.
Flatten all and disabling across the top there. So full auto Friday, here's what I do up here. There were multiple trades open at the time up here on all 6 correlated instruments. I just hit the flatten all button. Any one of these, doesn't matter, pick one, hit flatten all. It's just like the emergency flatten everything button. It will flatten everything in that account. It does not flatten if you had a trade open on your discretionary. Remember, that only flattens all on the account that you hit the button on. Okay. So there we go. Bots have contributed 1,600 there for the morning. It's 9:37, so 7 minutes past the U.S. Open. Enigma to Enigma up there, up 1680, and flatten it out. Going ahead and taking profits there. Okay, Titanic Zone. How do we know it's a Titanic Zone? We had 3 ready DDs in an area.
Fib.NQ on the 6.
100 tick opportunity.
Enigma short on the GC2. Divergence down NQ on the 9. Divergence down NQ on the 28. Enigma short on the NQ on the 9. NQ on the 9. Double delta.
Okay, there's an Enigma short.
NQ on the 6. Harmonic.
Hearing buyers. I don't like that they're just buying all the way through this, but try a little 3/4 position here on it. We came all the way back to strong buy, so I am going against that, but there we go. Target's filled. Let's go. Let's go. Enigma into a shark back with a delta shift. And that one ended up going pretty well straight to its target there after the shark back touch there on that one. I do love me a good Enigma. Came up fast. Don't think it's going to last. That was nice. Nice little quick one. All right, winner chicken dinner plus my bonus. Remember, after I've got winner chicken dinner, did I make enough to put chicken dinner on the table? I do, and then look for that bonus play there, something that's just kind of pushing it a little bit farther, and we got that winner chicken dinner plus a bonus there this morning. We have a DCR play here now. DCR mega late Nate, another spot. I'm gonna hit Control R here, remove those drawing objects from before, clear things up a little bit. Another spot to potentially take a short, but we are on strong buy here. We have a red arrow on the right.
Harmonic NQ on the 9. Harmonic NQ on the 6.
Let's see where that goes here.
Enigma short on the Y, Enigma long on the NQ4.
Yeah, NQ is very fast. Like, this is not easy to teach on. I did for a very long time on the old channel. I ran RTY with you guys for about, it was about 6 months. We did a lot of teaching, a lot of training. Hard to teach and train through NQ when it's moving this fast, especially in this market volatility. It's been wild. So if you have been, struggling along, it's like I'm telling you, yesterday's video was for everybody. But if you have been struggling, listen, this is not normal. What has been happening recently with volatility, especially if you're trying to be a superhero on NQ, NQ is not, it might not be the place for you. If you are new, don't trade NQ. I hate to keep pointing that advice out. And, I was talking with Joseph James about that yesterday, and he was saying the same thing. He's like, man, people will still come. They want to play that NQ. Doesn't matter how many times you tell them, they still want to play it. Okay, we got a 10.6 right here. That's going to be hard for me to pass up here. I should be done here for the morning. Okay, it is 9:41. I want to take that so badly though. But I do hear we are very strong buy. Here in buyer step all the way through. We have not even hit a masher point. All this run up here, we're not at a masher. We're inside the fiddle zone. So this could have some extra space to run. And it's a Friday. Fridays are the most bullish day of the week. So be careful taking shorts on a Friday. If you have hit some shorts on a Friday morning, be happy. Okay. It's just experience talking here with you. Yep, look at that. See, look, they're just pushing that Enigma. That is a DCR headshot, power headshot short. Let's see, and they're pushing straight through it. Okay, up to the double cross, double move line. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one. So super AO, back of the crab. They hit my double cross, double move line right there. I'm gonna give this a little shot here. But I am, again, not going to be trying to be a superhero. We did just hit the masher point over on the right. Do you see the masher? Do you see the masher? Type mash in the chat.
Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Delta shift. Coming up, high of day. Up, getting into some trouble here.
Divergence down NQ.
Deuce. I'll be looking for the exits. It went more than 30 ticks. Divergence over on the right. Hoping that helps me out. Zeus. Yeah, I'm going to pull half as it comes back to my POE. Just a way that I mitigate my risk when a play goes against me. It's my POE. I'm going to pull half because I'm half as confident in the play. Still here on the Super AO after these DCRs.
Double delta NQ on the 9.
The buyer's all over it. Delta shift over on the right.
Double delta NQ on the 6.
Okay. Another big Super AO right here. Level 9.
Double delta NQ on the 28.
Into a PRZ.
Double delta NQ on the 9.
Big delta shift. Oh, it's one of these. They're going to do one of these. Oh, my word. Thank you, Friday. Thank you, Friday. Okay, red dots. Going to load up, see if that can be the saving grace. We've got a shark over on the high on the wave.
The Iran conflict, and Trump will lead us all to that moment in his time.
Okay, there sounds like some news chatter.
Double delta NQ on the 6.
Triple Crown
sources, the
over on the right.
Sable pipeline emails.
Two finger NQ on the 28.
See if it's going
And the court finds
to
proof of bad faith
help
in
me out
stable
there.
pipeline approval.
Divergence down NQ on the 28. Double delta harmonic on the 9 on the 6. Double delta NQ on the
So they sliced right through this on the 89.
on the 6.
This looks like, you know, some positive news, feed chatter, whatever, breaking all technicals here.
Two finger NQ on the 28.
Okay, oh, reached my limit there. It's 40. I'll be able to do one more. I got 46 there. Just to hit it twice.
Harmonic NQ on the 6. Double delta NQ on the 6.
Okay, came back to neutral, all the way to red. So all 4 correlated instruments are starting to roll over. Hopefully it helps me out on my wild child NQ here.
Enigma short on the GC2. Enigma short on harmonic NQ on the 6. Divergence up NQ on the 9.
The Nasdaq 100 extends gains to more than 1%.
I see that.
Fib.NQ on the 6 on the 9.
Back to neutral.
Short on the NQ4.
Got a green dot over on the right. Unfortunately, that is a divergence and a dot to the long side off of the 9s. Probably going to launch that up. Yep. It,
Fib.NQ on the
okay, power headshot, and I've got an Enigma on the
Fib.NQ
bots as well. I will start in on the bot. On that power headshot right there.
Fib.NQ on the 28.
And we got a switch dot over here on the right.
Harmonic
Thank goodness. Come on, give me a nice, good, solid 100 tick push there. Just 100 ticks from right there will get me back out of this play. Okay, I'm going to close the bots right there. Beautiful 10K on the bots. I'm going to pull half here. Go ahead and take some loss there as it came almost to my POE.
Two finger NQ on the 28.
Red dot, add to position. Take me down. Thank you. Give me a Seuss. Thank you. Seuss.
Harmonic NQ on
Into the shark back. Okay, I'm going to pull half right there on, that's hold to the opposing signal. You don't get much more of a clear opposing signal than a giant green cross, and I'll close out the rest there on the 4.6. Grab some on the bot as well. And that's probably going to do me right there. That is a power dot. I'm sorry, super dot coming in on the 9s as well. And I am happy to walk away with that payday on a Friday. did end up paying off for that risk. I talked about it yesterday. We get paid for the risk. Higher the risk, higher reward. If you don't have the risk, you don't be shooting for the high reward, because I know it's been tempting. Like, people are seeing big numbers from a lot of plays.
Get potential missile alert.
The reality is, if you don't have a big bag, like, you're probably not going to catch a big bag. If you were to go fishing, let's talk to our fishermen here for just a minute. If you're going out fishing and you wanted to catch a marlin, and you use the same bait to catch a marlin that you're using for your perch.
University of Michigan sentiment
No.
prelim forecast.
If you're going to catch a bigger fish, you're going to need a bigger reel. You know what I'm saying? And you're also going to need different types of bait. Yes?
US job openings forecast.
If you want to catch shark for some reason, right? Are you going to catch shark with that?
With a range of 7.16.
You're not. But can you explain when you stop the bot?
University of Michigan 5-year.
Can you explain when you stop the bot 4 at 1,6K,
1-year inflation
and
prelim.
now you said you stop the bot again at 10K plus profit? Please explain.
Expectations prelim forecast 54.5, prior 56.6, and University of Michigan conditions prelim forecast 54.9, prior 56.6.
Okay, so remember how I said it's hard for me to explain? Like, I can't in the middle of the heat of everything, I can't tell you. I'm trying to give you guys as much as I can.
Fib.NQ on the 28th.
Okay, so can I roll back the tape here?
Double Delta NQ on the 6th.
I don't even know what words I specifically said. I know I said something. I think I said I'm going to start in on the bots, right? I'm not starting the bot. I'm trading the bot account. Does that make sense? So I maxed out. Did you see the error message that popped up? Again, market was moving so fast. Did you see the error message? Like, there's an error message that popped up because I reached my max. My max contracts is 50 contracts in my discretionary account here. Okay, my broker allows me 50 contracts on this account. Do you understand that part? Just type me a 1 real quick if you understand that. And then we'll move on to the next section.
Short on the CL2.
Yeah, then wait for your error. That's a good idea, Adrian. Okay, Min, you get that? Okay, so I cannot add any more on that one, correct? But then I have a perfect play. I believe I marked it, right? Didn't I mark I marked it somewhere? Was it the headshot? It was this one. Yeah, so this headshot right here, I wanted to add there, but I couldn't, right? Do you understand that? I couldn't add there. But do I have another account? So Min, question to you.
UE says air defense is currently
Min win.
with missile threat.
Do I have another account? So if I'm maxed on 1, do I have another account? I'm asking because I mean you're seeking to understand, or I'm assuming you are. Can you type to me?
So Trump on Truth Social here just putting out an article which is named as Trump Cuba confirms. So excuse me.
Min win.
Putting out an article that
You
says
still there, bro?
Cuba confirms talks with Trump officials raising hope.
You ask the question, I start answering it.
And Trump's
You're gonna have
putting
to
out
stay in
an
the conversation.
article
Come on, brah.
named Cuba confirms talks with Trump officials raising hopes for a US deal.
Minwin, are you still here?
Fib.NQ on the 9.
Oh man, I just reminded myself I hate live streaming. Hey, so just so you know, speaking of live streaming, I will no longer be live streaming public. So coming in April, I'll be Discord only. The free trial will also be going away in April. So if you're going to do a 2-week free trial with us, get it right now. Platinum will no longer be available for anybody but Platinum members starting in April. So if you are going to get on our current plan, it will grandfather you in. You will get locked in. You can have Platinum. But after April, literally will not be available publicly. It will be for platinum members only. But see, and I'm like, look, did he respond? He's not even responding. So it's really crazy to me. Like when they can't follow along. Like, you know what's going to be awesome is I'm going to lose that level of frustration because I'm not going to be out here public. It's going to be amazing. However, we will be doing recap videos, stuff like that for people who want to come and join. But serious traders, you know, serious traders only around here. But anyway, the answer is this. Yes, I have another account. So I basically start adding in on this this account over here. If we go all the way back up here to the top left,
warships to the Middle East,
and if we hit Control E, so here is, I'm gonna hit Control E twice, Control E, there we go. So as this starts to come up here, I start going into position right here. So I said, okay, I'm going to start in on the bots. When I say I'm going to start in on the bot account, that means I'm going over here to the bot. Now, I could have held this out a little bit longer, right? But I saw it was up 10K, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to close them out, okay? I had added 20 right here for this play. Now, if I had been really cool, what would have been really cool is if I had entered in right there and held it all the way to an opposing signal. But at that point, I'm trying to play against my own current P&L at that time, right? So I'm exaggerating the emphasis to get out of the play, because that was the main thing, my main objective on a Friday when I'm just trying to come in and get to my position and close out. I want to get to I just need to get, I'm trying to get to positive, right? After that big push up there, that's working against me. I am maxed on my account here. I have to go to another account. Does that make sense? But he asked the question and he's not responding anymore. I cannot wait to not be public anymore. It'll be our own members only, and our members are great. They'll answer and respond, all kind of whatnot. I don't have to deal with the public nonsense.
Reminder, the top
okay.
The U.S. University of Michigan Center prelim forecast 54.
Any other questions from people who actually want to respond?
Job openings forecast.
I'll be there for another minute. Didn't quite get to 100 likes. If you guys could smash that like button before you head out, that would be fantastic. You've got 40% off over there. It'll put you at about $199 a month there, and yeah, all that changes in April though. So we'll be back to just this little guy right here. You notice I'm showcasing this more because this will be all, you know, you'll have access to in the future and starting in April. Okay. You said yesterday you're going to talk more about the Enigma. Oh, remind me. What were the questions about the Enigma? Santanego had a question at the top of the chat. Yeah, go ahead and pop your question back there. What was the question again? We'll take a look. You said yesterday that the Enigma was designed for the twos. Is that across all instruments or only in Q? It was designed for twos. Yes, across all instruments.
The US wouldn't escort Hormuz vessels until the Iran threat is reduced.
Jolts and consumer sentiment. Oh, there is a 10 a.m.? Oh, how did I miss that this morning? Wow. Yeah, thank you for that. No, it was there. Somehow I missed it. So I'm not perfect like you guys are. Okay. Like, well, Vinny, you were wrong. Yeah, I imagine that. Thank goodness you don't have to be perfect to be profitable. Jolts, jobs openings there. Yes, there is a big 10 a.m. coming up here in about 30 seconds. Yeah, let's get a lot of questions answered there. After this little news event here, that'll be a big move here. And then I'm going to show you the Enigma on the twos. It is designed to take advantage of what are the big advantages? There's multiples because the Enigma has multiple things in it. But one of the big ones, I personally believe, inside of it is the catching offsides scenario. We're taking advantage of
5.5 high in the forecast of 54.8 current conditions.
Some imbalances that occur on lower time frames, particularly
Job openings coming in at 6.946 million, 6.9
Charlie Munger,
million higher than forecast.
Warren Buffett's right-hand man. Sorry, he's
Prior
talking
being
through the news.
revised
I'm going to finish there.
6.55 million from the original prior of 6.52 million. 5-year inflation expectations 3.2% lower than forecast 3.4%. 1-year inflation prelim 3.4% lower than forecast of 3.7%. Michigan expectations prelim 54.1 lower than forecast 54.5, and conditions prelim for University of Michigan 57.8 higher than forecast 54.9. Not seeing any reaction from the markets off the back of the jobs data or the prelim data or the Michigan sentiment prelim data.
Okay, so the jobs numbers coming out there, 10:01. Okay, yeah, I see the question. That was someone had asked, how can I take Enigma only? Well, you can. Well, there's several ways. Number one, you can just press the button when you see an Enigma. Okay, so I did want to let's address that here real quick. I'm going to let's quick disconnect here. Okay, so now I can kind of play with this chart. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to duplicate this chart. Right click, duplicate window.
Rather than dollars.
Okay, so I'm going to move this one over here, and
We have posted out the UMH sentiment report on the feed for you to read through.
so let's talk about Enigma only. Let's focus in on the Enigma and talking about how it is tuned for the twos. Now, I would never switch this to the twos in real time, real markets, while the market is moving. The market moving this level of volatility is insane. But let me show you what I mean by the size of the moves coming out of the twos. If the market weren't doing like breakneck speed, anyway, so let's show you. So I'm going to go into the indicators here, and we're going to pull off everything. We're just going to kind of clear the deck here and leave the Enigma only here. Okay, we're going to pull off, we might leave the speedometer, that's fine. For an open day close, let's remove that. The chart labeler, and maybe leave that. Button panel, probably fine. Let's remove delta flagging, let's remove the dots, remove alpha omega crosses, regular crosses, harmonics. Leave the position manager down there, position details. Go ahead and remove that as well for now. How about no volume profiler, no channel regulator. We're going to leave just the bot there. SMLK timings, we'll remove those as well. And those are just labels. Okay. Let's clear the plate here. And I'm going to hit Control R and remove all drawing objects as well. Okay. And then I'm maybe going to change the background on this. We're just going to go flat black. All right. I'm going to take off the no background image there. Okay. Flat black. Here we go. You have the nerd on your left, but is the nerd showing on the right corner of the nines? That nerd doesn't seem to correlate with the current nerd. What is the difference between the two of them? Does anyone have any idea what he's talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about. Top corner of the nines. Nothing in the top corner of the nines for the nerd. What am I missing? Is he talking about the algo matrix? Dude, that is not the nerd, my friend. Oh my word. The algo matrix. God bless, dude. Go through training. All right. Oh, I cannot wait to not be public anymore. Okay. Just go through training. Like everybody else, you know what's crazy is I tried to be so nice. I tried to give everything away for free. I tried to come out here like free 2-week free trial, free training, free. But you know what? Because it's free, they won't do it. I'm gonna stick it to where if a person wants to pay, you can play. Because dude, I'm just telling you, like calling things, like you can't even get the names right. Like the names are so clear. It's in our documentation. It's all this stuff. Like it's just there. Like why not? Anyway, learn to ask a question too. Like post a screenshot, like post it in the public chat or post it in the public Discord. Like, hey, what is this thing? Because if you don't know what it is, you're over there calling it a nerd and you're asking me like, what's a nerd? Like formulate a right question. Dude, your AI is not even gonna be able to save you, because even with AI, you have to actually ask a proper question. You have to prompt properly. It's called prompt engineering. You're gonna have to ask a proper question. Anyway, so the enigmas are designed for the twos. That was kind of the question. And how can you take just the enigma? Well, I can take everything else off of the screens and just have enigmas. We can zoom all the way in here and look to see what we got here. Now I'm going to pull up a calculator and let's do some quick math. Like let's say that you took, we'll play it during a slice window of time. We want to, you know, this is best when the markets are moving. But let's do some calculations. I don't know if I can set this to always on top. It's not, let me do that one. Always on top. So we'll put this over here on the left for our little calculator. Put this right about here, and yeah, maybe right here. Okay. So let's start with some numbers. Let's go page up here and let's go take a look at the open here. So 9:30. That's 2 minutes past the open. So maybe not the first second of the market, although you can kind of see they're still pretty darn good. They're like enigma up, enigma down, targets filled. So let's talk about that targeting. Now that line currently is set to 35. And I'm just going to leave that there for now. But generally, if I'm going all the way down to the twos, I designed this to be able to grab 20 bags. Like its main purpose is, can I grab a 20 bag? So how much is a 20 bag worth? So 20 times $5 a tick, it's $100. Okay, so if I wanted to grab $100 at a pop, that's where the number comes from on NQ. Mind you, minus commissions, whatnot, but I'm just going, okay, how do I grab $20 of revenue? Yes. So $20 of revenue, and let's talk about, let's see, one of these screens has my, there we go. So very far bottom left down here, you see my hand waving around here on my $500 sheet. There's my $100 per trade type of scenario down there, right? One contract, we're not talking about multiple contracts, one contract, $100 a piece to grab those 20s, yes? So someone asked, well, how could I take just the enigmas? Well, you can actually clear all your screens. You don't have to have any of the stuff that I use for discretionary and using things in confluence and combination. Let's say that you were just enigma player only, right? So they're there. That's, let's see, those are 35. So let's make one more adjustment here. Indicators. We'll go ahead and change that. Although these are hitting 35 tick targets right now because yeah, the market is
monitoring LNG Arctic.
Again, it's wild, right? Like we have really big swathing moves
LNG
there, but I'm going to go ahead and set the enigma target just visually to draw up 20s. Okay. So doesn't take much to make much, to make a lot, really. So hits its target, hits its target, hits its target, hits its target. Do you see how these are just, I mean, they're hitting target after target, right? Hitting its target, hitting its target, hitting its target, hitting its target. Okay, here's one that didn't work, right? So let's go through and mark the ones that didn't work here right after the open for this first 30 minutes here, just real quick, okay? So, hitting, that one hit, that one hit, that one hit. That one barely hit. So let's mark this one. Okay, there's a loser right there. Okay, let's just say that one didn't work the way it needed to, and this one right here, Didn't get to its target. That one got to its target, to its target, to its target, get to its target, got to its target, got to its target. Got to its target. Barely got to its target, but it tapped it 3 times, so we'll still count that one. Close. Okay, so that one right there would have stopped out before it got to its target. Let's see. Do we understand this one? If we understand this one, type of 1, do we know that that one stopped out? Even though it touched its target, technically you can see that little tip back there. Stop out. Yes, got that understanding. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that one. But it looks like, well, I mean, technically it went down. Okay, yeah, but that's probably because we got a double right back behind it. Let's go ahead and mark that one as well. That one didn't work. We kind of get this little cluster of them. So something's up in that area. What time was that? 9:40. Okay, yeah, 9:40 to 9:50 reversals kind of starting to come up there. Okay. That one hit its target. This one, here we go. Here's one that did not work. Nothing's 100%. This one. There's a cadence of 2 right there. Okay. So 2 side by side. Yes. Okay. Cadence of 2 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon.
1,700.
That one didn't work. Yeah, there was this big, crazy, wild move up there. No surprise that, I mean, technically that one also would have stopped out before it got to its target. Yes. We're at 9:48. That one didn't work. That one hit. That one hit. That one did not. That one hit. That one hit. That one did not. Oof. So this one, those would have switched. You end up getting... This is no fun. I mean, you basically discount both of these. Both of these lose because as you go up, well, if you go down, this one reverses the position, tries to go back up. You end up taking 2 losses right there. There's a 3, a rare 3 scenario going on right there. What time was that? 9:54. Hit the target, and we're almost at 30 minutes. 10 a.m. There's 10 a.m. Okay, and that hits. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a vertical, a couple of verticals right here just to. Okay, here's where we're going to stop with our calculations. Okay, then we'll come back here to, oops, I hit the home button instead of end. Page up, page up, page up, page up. Let's go to 9:30. Okay, so again, that first 5 minutes, I don't want to play with that stuff right at the open. You know, you're going to see some wild stuff there. No surprise. Right in that area. And where was that first 20? There we go. So there's a couple minutes past the US Open right about here. I mean, yes, these hit right in front of it, but let's say that we just started right here. So that one we're going to do 100. Oh, we also need to know what's our loss on these. So we enter in on the first bar touch, and so it's going to be about a 24. Let's just round it up and say 25. We're going to do a minus 25 ticks if we lose. Okay, although technically it's minus 24, but we'll just round it up. We'll on slippage and everything else too. Approximately 25, 26, but we'll just do easy numbers. 25. So we're doing 25 times 5. We've got oops, what did I just do there? Yeah, 25 times 5. Yeah, that's right. 25. No, there we go. I was gonna say, like, it's a little high. 125. So we will do minus 125 on losers, and let's see if we can do clear.
16.1 billion.
Okay.
As compared to the prior of 16.1 billion.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. Hey, sorry I can't be perfect. Sorry I can't be. Sorry I can't just let things slide off my back. Sorry that I'm not. I can't. I don't know. I'm not a. I can't do the fake smile thing. There's a lot of Matts out there that can. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Matts and Mikes. All right. Let's go. 24 to 25 for the stops. All right. So anyway, so we're gonna go. We've got $100. Let's go. Whoops. What is going on? All right. We're gonna start from scratch here. All right. Gonna hit 100 there, and the next one we've got plus 100. Then we do a minus 125 every time we're gonna do that. Yep, minus 125, minus 125. Next one was a plus 100. Then we're doing a minus 125. Plus 100. 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 Plus 100.
US says
Plus
all
100.
of KC-135 loss in Iraq confirmed deceased. Trump on Jones Act suspension says
Minus 125.
US says all 6 crew members of the US KC-135 lost in Iraq are
Plus 100. Minus 125.
So a reminder, last night or after
Plus
the
100.
the US military said that they were aware of the loss of the
Minus
of the US
125.
KC-135 refueling aircraft.
Minus 125. Plus 100. Minus 125. Minus 125. Plus 100. Plus 100. Plus 100. Minus 125. Plus 100. Plus 100. Minus 125. Yeah, it's a cluster of them here. Minus 125. Minus 125.
Trump says we're not
Plus
focused
100.
right now on getting Iranian uranium, but at some point we might want we
Plus
might
100. Went all the way to 10 a.m. And plus 100. Okay, I didn't plan that out. It's $1,000. $1,000 minus commissions, all that. We could add up how many trades there and take off about $5 per trade on that. One contract, it's one contract trading, 2 contracts, etc. You can kind of do the math through all of that. But you'll see kind of down on the twos when I say this is kind of designed for the twos. My idea was if I'm grabbing 100 ticks a bag, and again you have to define your own granularity. If you're coding something for yourself, you kind of have to decide what you're doing. And I'm trying to code for the meat of a move. Again, I'm not trying to catch edge cases, and we all kind of come back and bring the bell curve into things. Like we don't We're not trying to get edge cases, all that kind of whatnot. We're kind of going, you know, what's the meat here from here to here? How can I grab the meat? And what size is this? What is possible? And some of that you have to take into account experience of the markets. What we're doing right now, my own current experience, it will tell you this current market condition with this wild stuff is not normal. You know what I'm saying? Looks like this thing worked very good. Yeah, so you have to start somewhere. Like when you're trying to formulate what you're trying to code something into, you have to know your medium, right? You have to kind of know what you're working with. And sometimes when you don't know, so I'll kind of give an example of how I think the most recent one I could think of was the speedometer. Like, how did the speedometer come to be? The speedometer was not originally envisioned to have a number over here on the right and like know exactly what the current average speed was, what's the current speed, and then be able to change the colors based on it. This started out first, I needed to create an indicator that just allowed me to see what the number was. Originally it was coded as a histogram at the bottom of the chart, where I could see what the speed was changing and fluctuating over time. And then I had to correlate with, well, while the market is moving, and I just had to feel like, hey, hey, you know what? The market's moving at a good pace right now. What's a good pace? And I would look down here and go, well, what's the current speed in bars per minute, BPM? That's where it began. So I start creating one layer and go, okay, first I need to see something visually to give me the information. And then I need to go from what I now currently have. Maybe I develop something else on it. Oh, now that I know that, hey, you know what? The current speed is about 58. I'm like, oh, okay, 58. That's a good number. Like the other day, it's like another day. It's like, oh man, this is really slow. What's the current speed? Oh, it's like, oh dude, speed's 20. Oh, 20 sucks, right? So I kind of start gauging what that speed is. And when I'm kind of gauging that, that's where this all came from. Like this ultimately, you know, it's not just something you just all of a sudden just program in a single day, particularly with the markets, with the way that the markets are. You're trying to find something that you can quantify, because that's the other thing is like there are a lot of things, you know, if a trader is sitting in the markets for a long enough period of time, generally probably 4 years of time, because they say that becoming an expert at anything takes 10,000 hours. So after 10,000 hours of sitting in front of their desk, a trader could have a natural instinct to just kind of feel the market. But how do you quantify that, right? What I'm trying to do is quantify that so that you don't have to feel and you don't have to spend 10,000 hours figuring out how to trade the markets. I want to quantify it and put an if then else statement around it. Does that make sense? That is what I'm doing as a quant. Quant is short for quantitative, yes? And then what is quantitative? I'm quantifying something. How do I quantify the feeling that a trader can gain over time with the things that they do? So I want to quantify it. What's a good speed, right? So that was where the speedometer came out. With Enigma, I needed to go, well, what am I as a trader comfortable making? Do I want to make $1,000 in a day? Well, yes. And at some point, I just wanted to replace my IT income where I'm doing development and architecture. Well, it's around $400 to $500 a day. So to be able to do that, where's my sheet? So that's where the $500 sheet came from long time ago. If you saw my old black and white one and whatnot, one of our members made me this fancy one here, but you can print out one of these on the left-hand side of our Discord, and you can have a physical copy on your desk where you're using, you know, coins. Like I'm literally picking up this coin here, and we can, you know, put our coins back down. Or we could have an electronic version like this one. So just in case, you know, like if you got the space for it, you can do that, or if you want to put it on another PC. But I think that vision boarding tool is powerful. Well, how do we know that? Like there's a lot of things that you combine a lot of things. We're looking for confluence. Your market psychology can be handled with vision boarding, having a standard operating procedure, and then knowing when the markets are moving outside of the standard. Are we in standard right now? I don't think so. The markets do not move this wild all the time. In fact, hardly ever. Yeah, we are in a war environment. We are in an inflationary environment. We are in a lot of things macro-wise that are contributing to wild volatility, right? I was wondering if volatility matters. Yes, of course. Yeah, absolutely it does. I can test out a market replay. Yeah, you can, 100%. Will the bot start the trade exactly on time as some of them are to the tick? And when the price returns, I haven't played it. As with during lessons, you recommend playing the bot 6 months later. No idea what you're saying. 20 ticks per bag. That's right. If Enigma bot is on, yeah. I don't know, bro. Looks like this thing work very good. Not being critical. ICT is F. Let's see. Thanks for explaining to this public. And there's some people annoying. Yeah. He's in a good mood. Don't ruin it. What do you think about ICT? Oh, here's our trolls. Our trolls are coming in already. Bars in the top corner. Tagged in the main chat. Yep. Perfect. Thanks, Masher. Appreciate that. Let's see. Okay. I think I caught up on. I don't see any other questions there. If I missed one, pop it there in the chat. But so starting from what it's designed. So when people are asking like, what do you mean it was designed for the twos? Well, there it is. It was designed for me to grab 20 ticks at a time. Now, some people think that 20 ticks is too small. I mean, yes, because if you just came in the market right now, you'd be like, well, why grab 20 ticks on NQ? You know, like minimum now is like 40, right? It's doubled that. However, well, then you got to get off of the twos. The twos again are also, it's too fast. Like you literally almost like if I just reconnected to the market right now, it probably now I could on just if you had just an Enigma chart, it could probably keep up. In fact, that might be a little fun test here for us. Let's actually do that. Let's have some fun with that. I'm going to right click templates. I'm going to save as. Let's do Enigma only template. I will save on that, and then let's create ourselves a workspace with that so we don't jack up our live stream one here. And then let's connect and let's see if we can keep up with the twos in real time. It is 10:27, so 10:30 is a good time to kind of come back to those things. Let's kill that one there. And let's save. And let's do a new workspace. Close. Do you want to save? Yes. Okay. Now, new workspace. Let's save as and call it also Enigma __ only. All right, and let's do a new chart. NQ03, ALGO bar 2s, 1 day of data, and let's apply the Enigma only template. Okay, now let's save workspace. All right, and here we go. Let's connect. Cross your fingers. See how crazy the market is right now at 10:28 on a Friday. For Enigma bot, since placing stops behind the Enigma sign isn't possible because it's different each time, you stick with the 25 tick stop loss. Well, that's not true. You know, it's really interesting. Like, this is what I mean by like, it's really hard for me as a logical person to sit out here and listen to public nonsense. Like, there's a certain level of mental capacity, like, do not be unequally yoked. There's a passage around that. Like, since placing stops behind the Enigma sign isn't possible. So you start out with a false fact statement. This is why I hate false facts. You literally base your assumption on saying that you can't estimate and put a stop right back behind one of these. Yes, actually you can. So what you do is you set your chart to where you want it to be, and you measure back, and you go, okay, that's 23 ticks. So if I want to set it to 24, or you want to set it to 25, you can absolutely set it to that, and every single time it will be like that. And yes, I know, well, if you squeeze your chart in, you're going to say, well, that changes it, right? Like that's what you're saying. So okay, well, let's play that. Measure it again. Okay, it's 29 when I shrink it in like this. Well, that's the whole point of why I've also said set it to the way that it's supposed to look, right? And put it there, and then set your stop and target in an ATM, and then you run the ATM. Saying things are not possible, it's a little bit weird to me, but you know, start with your false fact and do whatever you need to do. Okay, so here we are in real time on that, and so we can set our ATM. Let's do a 20 and a 25. So we will create a custom order quantity 1, and let's go to stop loss 25, profit tick target 20, and save as template. We'll call it a 20-25S, so, or maybe 25T, so we can say 25 tick target, 25 tick stop. Save, okie dokie, and set that to L2. That was the other thing we hadn't done before. Let me press F5 on that, refresh. It needs to be on L2, not L1. And then we'll have some fun, right? Arm long, arm short, full auto. We on sim. Yes. Do we have the ATM selected? Yes. 20 tick target, 25 tick stop. There we go. Yeah. For a school analogy, even the best teacher can't make the slow class into savants. Yeah. Roundabout, you can't place that stop. Below. Yeah, I mean you can. I mean you have to set it. Like, yes, it takes a little bit of you, and that's what's crazy. Like, you know, look, people want to come here, buy it, and then just press the button, turn it on. Well, it would cost you a lot more, right, if we were doing that. And you know what's crazy is the higher you put the price, I mean the less low IQ you find. It's a weird thing. Move my stop manually. If you don't get it, wouldn't explain it. I know. I've wondered that. Like, why explain? You know, like they don't. Not gonna get it. Like, I explain it. Okay. Did that one miss? So this is the market currently moving. It's 10:33. So yeah, we'll have some fun with it. We'll let it run there. Now, let's talk about cadence. So you noticed earlier when we went back through that whole thing, like imagine that we could have avoided one of those clusters. So if we roll back the tape here, and there was a cluster, I remember it was like a cluster of 3, and there was a cluster of 2. If you began your cadence after one of those events occurred, like, do you understand the simplicity of starting after cadence occurs? So the reason that I have kind of the cadence concept to help myself, but hopefully to you as well, you could turn your system on, like maybe wait until there has been a couple of losers, which actually right now is a perfect example, right? That's a loser, and that's a loser too, right? It came back behind it before it went to its target. I mean, yes, it went to its target, but first, technically speaking, it would have stopped out, right? So right now we have a cadence of 2. Are we before the US? Are we before the afternoon? Yes. So what I found is it's a rare scenario to have 3 in the morning. Like, I literally can go, okay, I can just take the next play after a cadence of 2, and then I kind of want to take the next few, and then I can wait again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can kind of start to push it even further. So even just raw earlier, we saw that, you know, it's about $1,000 for the first 30 minutes, minus commissions. You start taking it there. But imagine that I pulled out a cluster of 3 in there somewhere. Cluster of 3 was $125. Sorry about that. Hit the wrong. I have a keybind to the asterisk on my keyboard. So we increase your P&L by $375 just by taking out a cluster of 3 in there. So that makes us, instead of getting $1,000 earlier, would have been $1,375 instead of $1,000 just by waiting on one cluster to have gone by without firing. Does that make sense? So again, when I'm quantifying the feeling of a professional trader who spent a lot of time in the markets, does that make sense? So to answer the question now, what's really funny is, like, I know the person who probably asked that question yesterday, hey, how do I trade Enigma only? I bet you 5 nickels to a donut, like he's not even here today. Now, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. If you're here today, the person, who was it that asked yesterday? It is Ruben Lee Garcia. Could I be wrong? Ruben Lee Garcia. I'm answering this on a live stream. I said I'll do it in a live stream today. But, you know, look, we all have, there's people, we got jobs and all that kind of whatnot. But, like, if I said, hey, I'll go over this in tomorrow's live stream, like, would you show up? I don't know. Really depends. Like, we're all different people. We really are. Okay, so this has been a pretty big down move out of here. Nerd looks like it shifted here, so something going on there. It's weird not having an audio box, you know what I mean? Almost like I don't really have a feel for anything right now. I've got I got nothing but the Enigma on the screen. So somebody asked, like, okay, what would it be like? Just Enigma. Well, here's what that would be like.
Short on the NQ.
Okay, there's the first Enigma. Okay, first one stopped out. Second one stopped out. So we have a cluster of 2. Now, if I'm discretionary, can I 2 try roll that? I can. There's a very weird clustering going on right here. Oof. So market getting snappy here. Right at 10:38. Plutonium. Is that 45? Did you 50K today? 45,670 for the plutonium. Another almost 50K day. Wow, that's beautiful, sir. Butamus. Butamus.
Trump says Carg Island is one of many different things.
So they've been talking about Carg Island. I heard it yesterday at dinner as well. Carg Island is one of my favorite maps in Battlefield 3. So is Carg Island an actual place? I didn't know that. I played Battlefield 3 for forever and I didn't realize that Carg Island was a real thing.
So it's not high up on the list.
What's up, Jacob? So I realize I have been, pretty critical attitude here today. I would like to apologize. I'm not the nicest guy in general, and I'm probably even less of a nice guy when I'm calorie deprived, but I am on this crazy diet program thing where I am trying to hit my my target weight, and I am very calorie
The
deprived.
export terminal so far remain untouched throughout the US's rob bombing campaign. We'll pop out an article as an
and
explainer
it makes me cranky.
on the Guardian about the importance of cargo island.
Combination of being sore on a Friday from multiple workout days, and it combines to me on a Friday. So low cal and very sore. Leg day yesterday. I am ready for that nap. Let's see. So for me, anytime plays may have come like this, I want to increase my trade size, right? So for me, naturally, I would be looking to increase my trade size. So I'm going to go ahead and increase quantity. And we'll see. Now, market is going very fast right now. You can see it, 1040. Again, very weird market environments here, but you know, this is the boring stuff. Sore legs make you feel very tired. Oh yeah, like so.
Trump ads on chat.
I am going to apologize to the people who I was, you know, rude to earlier. I guess I'd say rude. I was overly direct. I have no patience. I have no patience for just about anybody today, and no, it's just thing. Well, I thought that would be a little bit more fun of an experiment here this afternoon, but hey, there you go.
So APA news official says the US destroyer USS Oscar Austin shot down the Iranian ballistic missile in Turkish airspace.
Boring, right?
Trump says the economy will bounce right back when the Iran war is over.
Okay, so well, we just did a little target there.
Trump says the reports of long lines for gas in China are correct.
Okay, so it's full auto Friday. Like we talked about a lot of just straight up
Germany's
full auto
says
full auto stuff.
Joint energy supply strategy. Democrat senators probe into 8 AI companies on data centers.
So 17 days left till April. So a lot of things are going to be changing. We've been talking about this the whole month of March here. So we will no longer be doing free live streams out here in public. They will be available in Discord. So if you are a member, you'll have access to that. We'll be live streaming inside of Discord on the Discord stage. So if you are a premium member, you're not losing anything. The free 2-week trials will be going away. We will be doing paid trials. So if you want to get in on some of those, maybe check those out this weekend. Looks like we just hit a little target right there.
Straight to Italian vessels.
What other things there? So we are. We'll have paid trials that will get rid of a lot of our tech support stuff and live stream internally. We have demonstrated the system. It's awesome. But I do think it does. People need to take it a little bit more seriously. Another one hit its target there. And I also personally just gotta have less frustrations. My New Year's resolution for the year was to try, like, you know what? I'm not letting nothing bother me. Not gonna yell at nobody. It's not gonna happen. But I think I had to identify, well, what do I get frustrated with? Well, there's things. We're all trying to improve, right? We're all trying to improve in life and trading as well. So anyhow, hopefully those were helpful to you. So looks like, after those, so other thing, after I have increased trade size and we've hit back into positive territory, I like to drop the quantity right there. So then I will go back and I'll drop the quantity now because we increased trade size from trades 1 through 5. So we popped up there. Then as far as let's look at our performance here on the day real quick. Oof, that one up out again. Market's moving very, very fast here. 1048. I would, kind of start to manually intervene here and take a 2-try rule if that were to pop back up there. I would hit that again because it'll probably end up popping up there. Let's see if it goes there now. No, maybe not. Okay, let's get the performance report there going. What's today's date? 13th? Oh, it's Friday the 13th. About 19,000 on the day. Trades. Let's see how that bumped out there. Gnarly. Profit factor 2.07. Long trades minus 1,200, short trades plus 20 or 19,139. I think so. Okay, it's just I was like, do I need to take out Sim? It's only $80. Okay, so what else am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something else. I was going to tell you guys. I am tired, y'all. I'm just telling you, very tired. I'm probably going to take a nap here before I go do anything else. Leg day yesterday got to me. Low-cal. Hope everyone is doing well. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Go through the training. Oh yeah, training. That's the other thing. Training will no longer be free as well. Training will go through. Will be behind the paywall, and we'll be doing some giveaways though. So that's the other thing, is it's going to let us be able to do some giveaways here on our live streams, stuff like that. But we'll be able to kind of give away our own stuff. We'll also have creator funding programs to give away. Working with Apex, they said you guys have been using our code, so that's awesome. If you're using code ALGOBOX, that helps us to be able to do more giveaways and you know, all that kind of fun stuff as well. Thanks for hanging out here with me on a Friday. I will catch you guys on Monday. Have a blessed weekend. I'll see you then.